It started with a single sting, just a tiny prick on the back of my neck. I didn't think much of it at first. I was out in the woods, after all. Bugs were everywhere. But this was different.
Did you feel that?
I turned to my friend, who was walking a few steps behind me. He looked pale, his hand pressed against his own neck.
Yeah, like a bee or something.
We brushed it off, kept hiking. The trail was quiet, too quiet. No birds, no rustling leaves, just the sound of our boots crunching on the dirt.
You think we're lost?
Nah, the map says we're close to the campsite.
But the map was wrong, or maybe we were, because the trail kept going, twisting and turning, leading us deeper into the woods, and then another sting.
More thick.
This time it was on my arm, sharp like a needle. I slapped at it, but there was nothing there. No bug, no thorn, just a faint red mark.
You okay?
Yeah, just weird.
We kept walking, but the air felt heavier now, thicker, like the forest was closing in around us. And then we heard it.
What's that sound?
A low hum, almost like a swarm of bees. But it wasn't coming from the trees. It was coming from the ground.
Look.
I pointed to the dirt. Tiny holes, no bigger than a pencil eraser, dotted the ground. And from them, something was crawling out.
Are those ants?
They weren't ants. They were too big, too shiny. Their bodies glistened like black oil, and their pincers, they looked like tiny scissors.
Let's get out of here.
We started running, but the hum grew louder. The ground seemed to ripple, like it was alive. And then, the stings came again.
They're on me.
He swatted at his legs, his arms, his face, but the things were everywhere, crawling up his boots, his pants, biting, stinging.
Keep moving.
We ran until our lungs burned, until the trees blurred together, but no matter how far we went, the Hume followed us. And so did the stings.
I can't breathe.
He collapsed, his face red and swollen. I tried to pull him up, but his skin was hot to the touch.
Stay with me.
But he wasn't listening. His eyes rolled back and his body started to convulse, and then I saw it.
They're inside me.
His voice was a whisper, barely audible over the hum. I looked closer, and my stomach turned. The things, they were crawling out of his mouth.
No.
I stumbled back, my heart pounding. The Hume was deafening now, and the ground beneath me felt like it was moving. I turned and ran, leaving my friend behind, but it was shelter. I burst through the door, slamming it shut, the trees closing in tighter with every step, and then I saw it. A cabin. It was old, the wood rotting and the windows cracked, but it was shelter. I burst through the door, slamming it shut behind me. The Hume was quieter inside, but it was still there. A faint, persistent buzz that made my skin crawl. I searched the cabin, looking for something, anything to defend myself. Dot. That's when I found her.
You shouldn't have come here.
She was sitting in the corner, her face pale and her eyes hollow. Her arms were covered in red marks, just like mine.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter. They'll get you too.
She pointed to the floor, and I saw them. The holes. Dozens of them, scattered across the wooden planks.
What are they?
They're not bugs. They're something else.
Her voice trembled, and she pulled her knees to her chest.
They've been here for years, waiting, feeding.
I didn't understand. But before I could ask, the hum grew louder. The holes in the floor started to move, to widen.
We need to get out of here.
It's too late.
She was right. The things were already crawling out, their shiny bodies glistening in the dim light.
There has to be a way to stop them.
There is, but you won't like it.
She stood up, her movements slow and deliberate. She walked to the center of the room, where the holes were the largest.
They need a host, a body to live in.
And then she did something I'll never forget. She reached into one of the holes, her hand disappearing into the darkness.
What are you doing?
Opening it.
Her body stiffened and her eyes went wide. The hum grew louder, more frantic, and then she collapsed. The holes stopped moving. The hum faded, but the cabin, it wasn't silent. I could hear them inside her.
No.
I backed away, my heart racing, but there was nowhere to go. The forest was still out there, waiting, and so were they. I don't know how long I stayed in that cabin. Hours, days, time didn't matter anymore. All that mattered was the hum and the stings. They started again, just like before, tiny pricks on my skin, growing sharper, more frequent. I tried to fight it, I really did, but the more I resisted, the worse it got. And then I felt it, the first one, crawling inside me. I screamed, but no sound came out. My body was no longer mine. Now, I'm here, in the cabin, waiting for the next one to come, waiting for you. Because they're always hungry, and they're always watching. So if you ever hear a hum in the woods, run as fast as you can, because once they sting you, it's already too late.